YouTube, and happy birthday, America. Hope you guys have been enjoying your day, and I am so excited about July. Every month I just feel refreshed. At the beginning of the month, we get to redo our budget. We get to redo our, monthly goals and kind of see where we were as far as a recap for the previous month. So that's what I want to bring to you guys is our June recap. I found these videos extremely helpful. I just enjoy seeing the fruits of your labor and just seeing how everybody else is kind of navigating that, especially if they have a situation that comes up or they have some wins, some fails, and just kind of how they work through that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started for you guys. We definitely had some wins and definitely had some fails this month. So overall, we did okay. We did not do as well as I wanted to, but we still, A, are still debt free, and B, still put a large chunk towards baby step 6, which I do want to talk to you guys about. So I'm going to tell you guys some of our fails. I'm going to start with those. So our eating out budget was $100 for the month of June. I pulled out cash. You guys saw that sink in our cash envelope stuff in video. And we would have done well, I think, if it weren't for two things. One, I actually got really sick in the month of June and just did not feel good. Did not feel like cooking. I actually got a viral infection from tick bite, which is really crazy. So that was hard, especially when, I'm used to like cooking and all this stuff, and I just literally did not have the energy to even get up off the couch. So partly that, and then partly the other thing is, which we knew it was coming, so I feel really stupid about, trying to navigate through it, but we did have our friends come, and my husband decided we were going to pay for their dinner, which is completely cool. I get it. I appreciate, them coming down and everything, but it was an expense I wasn't expecting to come out of our, not grocery budget, but our eating out budget. So that in combination with with me being sick, I think had a lot to do with it. We actually went over by $73.48, so that was not good at all. When it came to my blow money, I went over really bad. I went over by $102.40. My blow money for last month, I believe, was, I want to say it was $40. And the only thing I can attribute to that is when we moved, there's a lot of stores that we don't have anymore. Now that we live in Mississippi, there's not a whole lot around here, and I've just really been trying to find different places to shop that I enjoy shopping. And not like I go crazy, but I've needed some things, we haven't purchased clothes in a very long time, or shoes, so I needed a couple of things. And when I found this store that had some great stuff, I kind of went crazy. So it was absolutely 100% my fault. But there it is, $102.40. Some of it was clothes, some of it was a few things for Harley, and then some of it was for my husband. So, and the rest was for me. It is what it is. We're just gonna move on. So our food budget, we went over as well. We went over $102 on that, and me and my husband's communication sometimes isn't great, and when we moved, he's been with the same company, so he gets 3 weeks of vacation, and we've been moving for the past 4 or 5 years, and every time we move I get 1 week. So I did not know that he had vacation, so I went out to the grocery store because it was like the end of the month and got him some stuff to eat at home. So that was the $102 for the food budget there. Positive things now. We stayed on track for date night. We $60 we budgeted for that. We went out to eat. and we went to see Wonder Woman. So that was awesome. I was really excited to get to spend some time with my hubby. And then the next weekend, which we normally just go out once a month, just me and him, but we had to go get him fitted for a tux because he's in his cousin's wedding in October, and so we went and did that, and then we went out to eat afterwards. So really enjoyed that too with him. But we still stayed on track, which is crazy. So I'm really excited about that. Our household budget, we had $40 budgeted. We stayed dead on that. We didn't have any money left, but we didn't go over. Harley was budgeted $20, and she spent all of her $20 and did not go over, so I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see. Okay, so there's a couple of things that we did. One other thing that threw us off track is we have been working on our yard. We purchased our home in January, and we moved in the early part of February, and our yard was just awful. Our house is only 2 years old, so, and I've talked about this in a previous video, but we spent a lot of money on our yard, and we had huge, I mean like a fourth of an acre bare spots, which is pretty substantial, probably more than that actually, but we ended up finishing the sod. We literally had a Tetris board. My in-laws came in probably, I want to say maybe May or April. Actually, I want to say April. And bought some sod for us. And we literally had what I call our Tetris board. We had long strips, and then we had bare spots, and then we had a corner over here that was sodded. So it looked really bad. So we actually spent $800 in sod, which was a really good deal. We bought 8 pallets, and they were $80 a pallet. We had to pay $150 delivery. So that was part of it, and that I actually took out of the money that we would have forwarded, or some of it, to Baby Step 6. So I don't know if I'd call that a fail. It definitely, I guess for me, put a kink in our Baby Step 6 as far as much progress as I wanted to get done this month. But positive notes, we did cash flow it. We are done with it. I'm trying to grow seedlings on the other side. There's just a little spot that we are working on repairing. And so I'm pretty excited about that we no longer have a Tetris board, and waited so that we could save up cash and pay for it. So I guess that was a win. Fail for Baby Step 6, but definitely a win overall. Baby Step 6, we wanted to pay $4,100 towards Baby Step 6 this month. We ended up paying $2,938.28, which is still huge. So I can't get mad about that. It's definitely not what we wanted to spend. I know a chunk of that came out for the sod, but overall that's pretty awesome, to almost pay $3,000 this past month on just our equity alone. That doesn't include everything else. So for you number crunchers like I do, I have to consistently look at them, and also look at them, one, to see what traction we're getting, and two, to almost intentionally make myself sick about the amount of money that we're paying in interest to keep me motivated. So year to date, like I said, we purchased our home in January, and we did not start making extra principal payments until April, I want to say. So it was quite some time before we started doing that, primarily because we were cash flowing some things on the yard. We had to purchase some things like lawnmower and equipment like that, and a couple of move-in expenses, and we did use some money for some home decor as well. So, year to date, we have paid $12,472.27 in payments, which is crazy to me because obviously I would love to have saved that to not have a mortgage, and be able to put that into retirement, use a little bit of money of that for travel and different things. So that's a little discouraging, but that's okay. Principal, I'm pretty excited about this. $5,131.61. So we actually have finally touched the $5,000 mark as far as extra on just the mortgage itself, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, or maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't really know, but everybody has their own journey, and I'm pretty excited about where we are. Could we be further than that? Sure. Could we be further behind than that? Absolutely. So I'm grateful for where we are. Interest. This part makes me sick. $4,571.23 just to interest alone. So almost as much as we paid in principal, we have paid in interest. And then the rest of it, $2,769.43 went into our escrow account, which you know, I didn't want to escrow. I wanted to just do sinking funds for our taxes and insurance, but we did a conventional loan with 5% down, and because we did not put the 20% down, we were actually not allowed to not escrow. So hopefully at the end of the year everything comes out right. Hopefully everything has been calculated correctly and we don't owe anything extra towards our escrow. So hopefully everything shakes out. When we do purchase our next home, we will definitely be putting 20% down, and I don't plan on escrowing our taxes and insurance going forward. Just because I guess I'd like to have more control over it. And I've seen so many different times where it just hasn't added up at the end of the year and you end up paying, and it's just a mess I would like to avoid. So that is pretty much it for our June recap. Like I said, overall, you know, I feel like we didn't do very good, but you know, at the end of the day, we paid almost $3,000 in equity, which is really cool. So I'm pretty excited about that. Our little fish and everything, we did fill them out. I know you can't see the ones that we actually put paid on, but like just say for instance, this little guy right here, once we hit the once we pay off $2,000, I write the date that we actually pay it off, and then I write paid here. And so every $10,000 we are going to go on a really nice date or do something special. And I haven't really decided at that point what exactly we're going to do. I was hoping to reach 20K, our goal 20K 2017, but that is not going to be the case just because we've had life happen. We will reach 10,000. We will do more than 10,000. And next year, hopefully in September, we will be under 80%. So we will actually be able to drop our PMIs, which I'm so excited. If you guys don't know what that is, it's private mortgage insurance, and it's basically like foreclosure insurance, and it's just absolutely pointless in regards to, like, I guess what it does for us. So it's just extra. We're just kind of throwing down the drain because we didn't put 20% down. But we will get there, and because we did a conventional, all I have to do is call them up and get them to re-look at the appraisal and look at the actual balance on our mortgage, and they will remove that. So I'm pretty excited, and that's definitely going to be a momentous event. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful July so far, and thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.